Today,
welcome, students, parents, and teachers, to the 1992 Hopkins High School commencement ceremony. All year long, this class of 1992 has surprised administrators, our teachers, our parents, and ourselves. We have reached new levels of excellence in and out of the classroom, but what we have really done is we've redefined what spirit means to Hopkins High School. To us, the smiley face represents this spirit and this sense of community and friendship. Although we have different circles of friends and different memories, our memories are somehow intertwined. In years down the road, when all but a few of these memories are lost, when the feelings of belonging to a community and a family of friends still echoes barely in our minds and our hearts, maybe we'll remember graduation. The class of 1992, when for the last time came together and once again surprised our parents, our friends, and ourselves. We showed what it means to be a Royal, what it means to be a part of and a member of the graduating class of 1992. And I'd like to share a poem with you what I think represents our class in a lot of ways. It's called A Hug of War by Shel Silverstein. I will not play at a tug of war. I'd rather play at a hug of war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs, where everyone giggles and rolls on the rug, where everyone kisses and everyone grins, and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. Thank you very much for all the friendships and all the memories, and I'll never forget them. Good luck in the future, and thank you very much.
Our first musical group for this evening is Teach Your Children Well, being sung by Mark Berglund, Jennifer Johnson, Chris Johnson, and Mark Berglund will be playing the guitar.
Our first student speaker will be Jana Landon.
Well, first of all, my graduation present to all of you is it's going to be a short speech. Well, guys, we finally made it. We have reached 0 hour on the official Hopkins High School countdown to graduation. As a matter of fact, if you'd asked any senior in the past few months, how many days were left until graduation, they could probably give you the days including and excluding weekends and holidays. But that's all over with now. We've taken our last final at Hopkins. We've strolled through the mall for the last time as seniors. It seems like only yesterday that we were the wide-eyed sophomores standing in the mall during passing time, trying not to get stomped on by the upperclassmen. Some things never change. Then again, some things are always changing. Within the past few years, things have changed not only in our school, but in the world around us. When we first entered high school, we already felt the change. We were the first class not to have big kid, little kid, but we soon discovered we didn't need it to be friends with the upperclassmen. We saw the first dating game in homecoming history, hosted by our very own Gina Saruno, along with cow pie bingo, and we all grumbled our way through sophomore gym, especially those of us who had it first hour. We held our first major celebration of Earth Day, and that same spring there was the now infamous sit-in, which brought out a lot of news stations, but let's face it, it basically got a lot of us out of class. We've also seen the beginning of royal and gold passes, and consequently, the death of the senior steps. But after we leave the hallowed halls of Hopkins High, things will be moving along as usual. After the first hour bell rings, there will still be seniors talking in the mall. Not like any of us would do that or anything. Mr. Williams will still be playing chicken ball in the scene. Vern will still be complaining good-naturedly about the kids. Mr. Avalon will be telling someone they've got to turn it up a notch. And someone will be starting tennis ball fights in the mall. And of course, as everyone who walks past the science department can smell, spring not only means the end of winter, but the beginning of Bo's annual fetal pig dissection. We've also seen changes in our country and around the globe in the 3 years we have spent at Hopkins. We have seen our country fight for the liberty of Kuwait. We have seen AIDS spread to new levels of epidemic proportion. We have witnessed the massacre at Tiananmen Square, and we have heard of the abduction of Jacob Wetterling. On a more positive note, we have also witnessed many other changes showing the continuing democratization of the world, such as the fall of the Berlin Wall, the new free government of Poland, and the release of Nelson Mandela, to name but a few. Oh yeah, we also heard a lot of Dan Quayle jokes. All of this shows how much our school and our world has changed, but we have changed also. Try to remember how we were at the beginning of our years at Hopkins, and now, quite a difference, isn't it? We have made new friends and had many new experiences. These bonds to others are lasting ones that we will hopefully keep all our lives. But we, the class of 1992, will never be together again. Sure, we'll have class reunions, but not everybody attends. Never again will all of us be gathered in the same place. Never again will we be looking forward into the future so full of expectation. This night, this moment is to be cherished always. And as we step forward, we must realize that we hold the key for making changes in our world, and that these changes will affect not only us, but future generations. To guide us through these changes, I would like to close with a short poem from a man who died last year, another great change, and who affected all of our lives. He originally gave it at Lake Forest College outside of Illinois at commencement exercises. It is called My Uncle Terwilliger on the Art of Eating Popovers, and it's by Seuss. My uncle ordered popovers from the restaurant's bill of fare, and when they were served, he regarded them with a penetrating stare. Then he spoke great words of wisdom as he sat there on that chair. To eat these things, said my uncle, you must exercise great care. You may swallow down what's solid, but you must spit out the air. And as you partake of the world's bill of fare, that's darn good advice to follow. Do a lot of spitting out the hot air, and be careful what you swallow. Thank you, good night, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Our next musical performance is Forever Friends. Singing will be Tamara Dahl, Heather Dahlberg, Mike Ford, Elizabeth Frankman, Amanda Gogger, Ronald Johnson, Colleen Larson, Thomas Rindy, Leslie White, Melissa White, and John Wolf. Accompanying them will be Joan Barr on piano and Mark Parks on guitar.
Changing, seasons come and seasons go. Very few things last forever, but within our hearts we know. Forever friends, bound by love that time can take away. Forever friends, caring in a special kind of way. Heart to heart and hand in hand, we'll stand until the end. Love's forever when you're forever friends. We've enjoyed the times we shared, and those feelings never change. Though we'll miss the happy moments, in our hearts they will remain. Forever friends, bound by love that time can take away. Forever friends, caring in a special kind of way. Heart to heart and hand in hand, we'll stand until the end. Love's forever when you're forever friends. And though we know it's time to say goodbye, we will always be together, and here's the reason why. Forever friends, bound by love that time can take away. Forever friends, caring in a special kind of way. Heart to heart and hand, we'll stand until the end. That's forever when you're forever friends. Love's forever when you're forever
Our last student speaker will be Kara Seitz.
Welcome, friends, family, administration, and class of 1992. Today is the day we've all been awaiting for 13 years. We receive a diploma today. But that little piece of paper is not only a record of our past accomplishments, it's a ticket to our future accomplishments. So as we prepare to board that airplane of life, make sure your suitcase is packed with all the essentials from the past. Before we leave, let's make one last check to see if we remembered everything. We'll start at the beginning. I can still clearly remember the anticipation on that first day when I waited for the arrival of that big yellow bus that the big kids always rode. Now, you and I had become one of them, and we're on our way to kindergarten. We were all only 5 years old, yet we learned some very important rules of life. We were taught how to share, not discriminate against others. As we made our way through the elementary adventures, we began to experience some of life's little traumas. Now, friendships were being formed, hobbies were being established, and boys were chasing girls on the playground. Those times were carefree and simple. Thinking back to elementary school, hands down, the thing we all missed the most were those fun-filled field trips. We saw every zoo in the metro area, every museum in the state, and the Hennepin County Nature Center at least 42 times. We did also work a little. Addition and subtraction tables were being drilled into our head, and we had begun the learning process. It was time to move on. We were terrified. Our knees were in constant quiver, and our nails were all bitten off, all because of the dreaded junior high. We were small, innocent, and completely freaked out of our pants of the 9th graders. Would they get me lost? Would they lock me in a locker? Would they flush my head in the toilet? Well, we soon learned to find our way in the complex hallway system, and we learned what it meant to be cool. Everyone had to have Guess jeans and Benetton rugbies. It was a time of tinsel teeth and pizza faces. It was a time when pinning your jeans was in and parents were not. It was a time that I like to think of as the geek years. We all lived through them, and most of us now only have memories to recall, for we have shredded and destroyed any living evidence of our appearance from that time. We also use this time period to always remember to keep our feet on the ground, because if you ever get too cocky, just take a glance back to the junior high years, and you'll plummet right back down from the clouds. High school was our next step, and this is a time I don't think any one of us will forget. We all spent the 3 years a little differently, but we experienced some of the same things. Being a sophomore meant meeting lots of new people and the arrival of that long-awaited piece of plastic we all know as the driver's license. However, it did lose some of its glory when the only available driving machine was that oversized station wagon of our mothers. We were all introduced to the high school with the all-school campout and the treacherous sophomore canoe trip. We had our first experience with large group lectures and a little blast from the past with the infamous sit-in. The best part of all, as a girl, is that you were prime new date material for the senior guys. Then, as juniors, we became part of the real world when the United States went to war. It seemed the entire school was engulfed in watching CNN and the battles of the Persian Gulf. We studied wars ever since the beginning of time, but this is the first time that we actually saw one take place. Many of us knew people at battle in the Gulf and realized what war really meant. Being a junior also meant we had to begin thinking of post-high school plans. We worked hard through that crash-cramming year, but it was those SAT and ACT Saturday mornings that we loved waking up for the best. Finally, the downhill coast of high school had arrived. As we walked through the front doors of Hopkins High School on September 3rd, 1991, we were all proud, and now we were seniors. Being a senior was different from any other grade we had gone through before. It seemed almost everyone had changed. Now those ugly little boys who used to eat sand in 2nd grade weren't looking so bad. And it didn't seem to matter as much anymore who your friends were. You were yourself, not just one of the jocks or one of the nerds. On our minds were definitely after high school plans. All of us were questioned 27 times daily. Are you going to college? Where? Are you going to work? For whom? After hours of blaring headaches, we were finally focused and began to sort out some of our future plans. High school was one time we all won't and can't forget, with the countless number of things that contributed to our teenage years. There's Pep Fest, the Metzeled Field, sophomore gym, the homecoming dance, bonfires, tie-dyes, the great Halloween blizzards, the initiations, heartograms, the great theater productions, hiking boots, prom, and of course, the gold card. We were taught a lot in our 13 years. In kindergarten, we learned our ABCs. In first grade, we learned to write our ABCs. And in third and fourth grade, we learned to use our ABCs. But it wasn't until high school when we learned what the ABCs really meant. The A stands for attitude, and the importance of always being optimistic. Be sure to keep a good attitude with everything. The B stands for the best. Always put forth your best effort and be the best you can. Finally, C represents commitment. Always devote your time and energy in ways you want and stay committed. Now, class of 1992, we're all packed and ready to move on. As you are handed your plane ticket to the journey of life, remember life, as the famous historians call it, Bill and Ted call it, excellent, bogus at the same time. Real that with every turbulence that's encountered, luggage that is lost, or emergency landing that is made, you can always take off and soar back up there again. So accept your ticket today, pack these memories, and take off, for the sky is the limit.
Our last musical selection for this evening is Erland Days, featuring Carlson on bass, Alan Damshin on flute, Benjamin Marks on drums, and Talia Yellen on piano. Before Bill and I present to you Tom Bauman, I'd like to say a few words. Throughout this whole year, we have always recaptured and praised homecoming, athletics, and academics. One thing we have forgotten was the reality we went through and witnessed as a class. What I am talking about is the non-academic activities that brought us as seniors together. Although these are my opinions, whether good or bad, they are the truth. For starters, as a school, we have achieved a high competitiveness in academics, which made some students resort to plagiarism, brown-nosing, and yes, even cheating. We have witnessed the rock being painted several times. We watched our school's name in the media, both good and bad. The revoking of royal passes, smoke and stink bombs, and even the release of rodents in the mall. But one thing that we especially loved was partying. Whether it was 5 or 30 people, outdoors or at people's houses, we found a way to have fun, party hard, and stay out late. I know you as parents and administration are asking questions such as, how do they pull off such things and get away with them? Well, as stated by the high school, the class of '92 is smart. Test scores have proved it. That's the reason why we pulled off such things, because we're smart and we can scam our way around anything. Again, we watched the transformation of the senior steps to the senior window and witnessed other students with their teachers go further than the classroom. We respected moments that will never be forgotten, such as the birth of a beautiful baby boy who was conceived by 2 graduating seniors here tonight, and the marriage between 2 brilliant students who happen to be National Merit Scholar finalists. You may be wondering, how did any of these bring us together as a class? These activities brought out who we were, our personalities that made us, us. What we won't forget is the spirit we achieved for you, Hopkins High School, and the commitment made between us and the administration to work together. We thank you, our teachers, leaders, and mentors for giving us an education to further our lives and pursue our dreams. But to you, class of '92, remember, to achieve all that is possible, we must attempt the impossible. To be as much as we can, we must dream of being more. In growing, we have shared. In learning, we have found. In pride, we, the graduating class of Hopkins High, will glide in our stride and fly with the wind as we fly further. And we will smile with our lips and say, we are free, and now we are on our way. But to the class of '95, welcome to the jungle. And to the class of '93, raise a little hell. And to you, class of 1992, we're out of here.
And now I'd like to introduce our principal, Mr. Bauman.
I'd like to call Gina and Bill back here to the front for just a minute. I have a gift for the class, so I'd like to present it to Gina and Bill. Open it up and unfold it and show it to them. Take it up front and show it to them. Take it up front and show it to them. Now, if I was as artistic or had as good strategic planning ability as some of the creative seniors, this would have been hung from the Northrup roof facing the mall. But this is the best I could do. My gift to you will be a very, very short story about a very special class. This very special class, as juniors in the year 1991, took achievement tests at Hopkins High School and scored so high that the district office had to redo their graph paper to record the scores because they went off the top of the paper. Members of this very special class helped recommend speakers, and helped do the planning and implementation of the World Affairs Day, a great day that we had together this year at Hopkins High. One of the things I remember especially about this day was the presentation by Mr. Stephen Floyd, who talked about agape love. In his remarks, he reminded us that this is the only form of love that is totally unselfish. It does not depend on what you will do for me or what I can get from you, but it depends on us getting beyond the differences of who's tall and who's short, who's fat and who's skinny, who's bright and who's slow, who's athletic and who's not, who's black or white or red or yellow, etc. To the realization that we're all humans in this journey of life together, and that we need each other, and that we love each other. And as I heard Steve Floyd talk about that, then I realized why this senior class that is so filled with agape love made such a difference to the turnout for the homecoming activities last fall and to the great spirit we had at the bonfire. Then I thought of that special senior class meeting in December when Bill and Gina asked for the opportunity to be with the seniors following another assembly, and we did that. And I remembered you welcoming me to be part of that, and later I think I realized why. But in that assembly, Gina and Bill emceed it. As I recall, Jamal Clark sang, accompanied by Ben Vida, Ben Marks, and John Carlson. Do you remember that December assembly you had and the fun you had with that? In fact, even though Bill had forgotten his guitar, you got Bill and other classmates out on the stage doing some dancing for you. Do you recall that? You were having so much fun that people came to me and said, "Can't we have just a little more time for that?" And I said, "What the heck? It's just class time. Go ahead." Remember that, Bill? And then tonight, I have been at many graduations, and I have never seen a class come in and after the process to the front, display the energy and the spirit and the agape love that you have among you that was so evident here in the opening ceremony tonight. And I just was moved by that, and I commend you for that. I just love you for that. My hope is that during the rest of this ceremony, you'll continue to hold each other in that regard, and that during the party that's been prepared for you by your parents tonight, you'll certainly connect to special friends, and you'll connect around your special interest groups, whether they're athletics or music or drama or newspaper or whatever they happen to be. But as the evening goes on, that you will strengthen those connections you have with one another throughout the entire class, so that this class, when it reunites, will have reunions second to none. And finally, I hope that you will be so filled with this agape love that that love will go out to nourish a world that is truly hungry for love and the peace that that kind of love, that kind of unconditional love brings with it. Bill talked earlier tonight about hug-a-war and hug a lot. I hope tonight at your party you will hug a lot. On behalf of the Hopkins High faculty and the administration, I certify here publicly tonight that the seniors here tonight have met, or will have met by the end of the summer, all of the requirements for the Hopkins High School diploma. And that you will enjoy the rights, the privileges, and the responsibilities that go with it. And it's with great pride that on behalf of the entire staff of Hopkins High School, I present the class of 1992 to our superintendent, Dr. Arthur Bruning. Dr. Bruning.
On behalf of the Board of Education, I'm very pleased to recognize that the graduates of the class of 1992 have met all of the requirements for graduation. I want to add my personal congratulations to each one of you for your accomplishments to this point, and to wish you the very best in your lives ahead. Will the graduates now please come forward for their diplomas? Christopher Axtetter.
Hiroe Akinobu, exchange student from Japan.
Maureen Anderson.
Vivian Alencar Pinto, exchange student from Brazil.
Christian Anecki.
Krista Anderson.
Russell Arlig.
Melanie Anderson.
Brent Asplin.
Elizabeth Arrett.
Allison Axel.
Jessica Arnold.
Darcy Ayers.
Jolene Atkinson.
Terrence Bailey.
Christian Axel.
Noelia Banuelos Camarena.
Ahmad Walid Azizi.
Krista Barber.
Eric Bangerter.
Jeffrey Bartholomew.
Mihaly Barbagallo, exchange student from Mexico.
Rachel Baumel.
Tony Barella.
Mark Beckelman.
Eli Thalmo.
Christian Belsas.
Shane Bebo.
Rondi Benson.
Shannon Belil.
Mark Bent.
Tracy Bennett.
Mark Bergeron.
Wendy Berg.
Gary Burko.
Mark Berglund.
Robert Bite.
Aaron Bigger.
Timothy Blum.
Martha Bisbee.
Andrew Bongard.
Patrick Bonander.
Andre Boucher.
Eric Borg.
Sean Bowling.
Jenny Bourne.
Spencer Breitenstein.
Kristen Brand.
Corey Broll.
Maxwell Bremer.
Tiffany Brown.
Cameron Brown.
Jennifer Burns.
Renee Buckles.
Joseph Butler.
Jacqueline Burns.
David Cannon.
Serene Bushy.
John Carlson.
Robert Campbell.
Adam Chall.
Stephanie Carlisle.
Jeffrey Cheadle.
Tatiana Castro, exchange student from Mexico.
Sarah Chauvin.
Jamal Clark.
Jan Cody.
Lara Cole.
Catherine Cole.
Adam Cook.
Tina Cooper.
Erin Cortez.
Paul Corrins.
Damon Poyne.
Toby Cunningham.
Jason Curry.
Jonathan Dalbert.
Tamara Dahl.
Heather Dahlberg.
Patrick Bailey.
Ellen Damshin.
Jacob Dow.
Aaron Day.
Patrick Denny.
Wade Deerstein.
David Dobrin.
Sarah Deinert.
Jenny Dobeck.
Andrew Detman.
Ashley Drake.
Steve Doles.
Nelson Dumalog.
Tracy Dudica.
Travis Durkin.
Benjamin Dunlap.
Molly Idy.
Ryan Gross.
Amy Allison.
Sarah Edling.
Kate Emery.
Jeanette Eichnes.
Molly Etnier.
Deanne Elscott.
Eric Boltman.
Sandberg.
Samuel Fahey.
Chris Pheasant.
Brad Volkowski.
Derek Felber.
Ryan Fedora.
Noah Feldman.
Alex Feldman.
Molly Finn.
John Finn.
Ann Fitterman.
Michael Fisher.
Mike Ford.
Karen Bellman.
Jamie Faulkner.
Karen Foster.
Elizabeth Frankman.
Jessica Frank.
Carmen Frisky.
Corey Friedman.
Christopher Fruin.
Michael Frecci.
William Fuller.
Ryan Fuller.
Timothy Gales.
Lynn Gapani.
Brian Gall.
Louis Gallinson.
Brian Gow.
Alex Galanska.
Exchange student Saskika Galates.
Amanda Gauger.
Erica Gilbert.
Ann Dinky.
Jason Gilson.
Melissa Gilly.
Stacy Ginsberg.
Nichelle Gilman.
Tony Gobin.
Ann Glickman.
Paul Gordon.
Allison Goodman.
Melissa Grainer.
Ashley Gorlick.
Peter Green.
Michael Graves.
Heather Gregg.
Charles Greenhagen.
John Grimm.
Jennifer Griffing.
Kevin Grussing.
Tammy Grodnick.
Ryan Goldberg.
William Gruber.
Alana Gustafson.
Jesse Gully.
Tom Hackert.
Mark Gustafson.
Mark Holly.
Christina Hales.
Amy Harnish.
Paul Ham.
Michael Haves.
Ross Harriet.
Aaron Hauk.
Gabrielle Haver.
Kent Hedges.
Eric Hedlund.
Heather Hedlund.
Jason Hendrickson.
Leif Helgeson.
Chris Herberg.
Megan Hennick.
Dara Herman.
David Herring.
Nora Hertzstead.
Vicky Hernandez.
John Hesse.
Roseanne Hess.
Darren Hill.
Katie Hildreth.
Sarah Hawkers.
Brett Lavak.
Edward Hohertz.
Heather Hoffman.
Chad Hollenbeck.
Piper Holasic.
Mike Hoy.
Joanna Poole.
Jason Hutchison.
Jeremy Hoosier.
Rod Jacobs.
Megan Igo.
Kristen Jacobson.
Johnny Ermiter.
Jason Jarrett.
Eric Jacobson.
Tara Jernberg.
Keith Jacobs.
Allison Johnson.
Josh Jepson.
Jennifer Johnson.
Sam Johnson.
Christopher Johnson.
Bethany Johnson.
Tracy Johnson.
Joette Johnson.
Rebecca Johnston.
Ronald Johnson.
Kelly Jones.
Danielle Johnston.
Jamie Junker.
Christopher Jones.
Amy Kane.
Mark Josephson.
Julie Kearns.
Tina Justin.
John Hiller.
Karen Kaphingst.
Mark Kiley.
Brian Keel.
Vicki Klein.
Sarah Kirscher.
Nicole Clue.
Greg Kitchell.
Jason Moss.
Stephanie Clark.
Justin Cook.
Melissa Knickerbocker.
Jennifer Kraft.
Eric Knutson.
Gabriel Creighton.
Nathan Krauser.
Jody Campula.
Corbett Crow.
Lisbeth Balsett.
Leanne Kirscher.
Alexandra Larson.
Jana Landon.
Michael Larson.
Colleen Larson.
Doreen Lee.
Ton Lay.
Peter Lee.
Jennifer Lee.
Brianna Lennox.
Michael Leland.
Kevin Liu.
Erica Leverance.
Megan Lindahl.
Brian Lilquist.
Julie Lindstrom.
Kristen Lindeberg.
Andrea List.
Stephen Linsmeyer.
Sarah Loomis.
Charlie Locke.
Sarah Lynch.
Nauk Lee.
Chris Magnell.
Robert Machel.
Mark Magnuson.
Ann Magnuson.
Benjamin Marks.
Jay Mandeville.
Arturo Martinez.
Paul Marcus.
Ikuko Metsuo.
Chad Martins.
Julie McIntyre.
Tom Mason.
Amy McNally.
Catherine McElwain.
Stephanie Mix.
Kevin McMaster.
Kelly Madro.
Spencer Merrill.
Olivia Morale, exchange student from France.
Corey Mills.
Lisa Morissette.
Scott Moen.
Kara Mueller.
Denise Moritz.
Jeremy Mohamed.
Monashe Mosley.
Michael Nelson.
Amy Moy.
Melissa Niemer.
Heidi Mersch.
Karen Newhouse.
Teresa Nelson.
Candace Tweet My Wind.
Josh Newhall.
Terry Norum.
Chong Win.
James O'Neill.
Eric Norling.
Jackie Fuller Swanson.
Charles Nygren.
Christopher Olson.
Neil Oberg.
Teresa Olson.
Lisa Ofsty.
Ben Otto.
John Olson.
Martin Ponch.
Molly Opal.
Brian Parham.
Kevin Osborne.
Mark Parks.
Alex Palmer.
Kimberly Paulson.
Teresa Papa.
Keith Pavelka.
Philip Parker.
Kelly Peterson.
Mindy Paulson.
Deborah Peterson.
Christian Pedersen.
Kari Peterson.
Michelle Pieces.
Kimberly Petter.
Jill Peterson.
Valerie Pierce.
Stephanie Peterson.
Nikki Pinn.
Stephanie Pfeiffer.
Angela Post.
Tiffany Peterzak.
David Preisler.
Stephen Popolka.
John Procott.
Amy Potts.
Brian Quinn.
Andrew Price.
Ryan Reese.
Brian Quammen.
Nicholas Reese.
Ruth Rasmussen.
Stacy Resner.
Michael Rausch.
Jeffrey Reamer.
Kenneth Reeves.
Thomas Windy.
Jonathan Riddle.
Amy Rixman.
Joel Rimstad.
Chris Robinson.
Susan Robertson.
Heidi Rothbauer.
Ort Rodriguez.
Greg Rotak.
Charles Rothstein.
Leah Rudd.
Dana Rubin.
Anthony Rutten.
Marcus Rupert.
Jason Salmonen.
Michaela Reynolds.
Troy Sandberg.
Marcus Rupert.
Shauna Souter.
Cecilia Salisbury.
Jason Shermer.
Cynthia Sampson.
Kimberly Schmidt.
Michelle Sanner.
Steve Schmitz.
Peter Schaub.
Kara Seitz.
Daniela Schluchting.
Samantha Shapiro.
John Schmitz.
Lee Schink.
Heather Scott.
Kevin Sidwell.
Ina Scher.
Daniel Sigelman.
Nicole Scholl.
Allison Shalitsky.
Corey Seward.
Greg Snell.
Gina Ceruno.
Charles Sobiek.
Christine Smith.
Boy Zuen.
Andrea Sobiak.
Michael Stahl.
Kristen Soderholm.
Brian Steele.
Divya Srinivasan. Thank you.
Jennifer Stanky.
Julie Stapek.
Arnold Stewart.
Francisca Steffen.
Sharon Strain.
Jameson Stanky.
Stuart Sumpton.
Mark Stevens.
Eric Swanson.
Allison Stone.
Brian Swenson.
John Sullivan.
Scott Thompson.
Ross Sunberg.
Sean Tharood.
Tanya Swanson.
Jody Tidland.
Mai Takashika.
Ronald Toivonen.
Shelley Thompson.
Quang Tran.
Jenny Thuringer.
Jeffrey Cheddar.
Jeff Temperley.
Lisa Tufander.
George Tolles.
Mary Uhas.
Steve Trockman.
Sarah Van Deventer.
Ann Tuckbarber.
Benjamin Vida.
Nicolo Tippo.
Christine Vosepka.
Joshua Van Houten.
Melissa Wainio.
Yolanda Varela.
Laura Warren.
David View.
Robert Wingler.
Christine Weggy.
Miriam Werner.
Corey Walmsley.
Leslie White.
John Weber.
Jake Whitsitt. Ready, Cassie?
Eric Wentling.
Cassie Wilcox.
Tony Westevere.
Jody Winsip.
Melissa White.
Jean-Claude Wishard.
Jenny Wilbur.
Barton Wold.
Bryn Wilkinson.
Kimberly Wolson.
Jennifer Winter.
Talia Yellen.
Annika Whitcop.
Amy Zolk.
Jeff Wool.
Amy Ziskin.
John Wolf. Sarah Yonke. Last but not least, Billy Zeiss.
To quote Gina Ceruno, you're out of here. Class dismissed.